playing that Pat Boone Crazy Train. That's the theme song for the Osbournes, because Pat Boone was famously one of Ozzy's neighbors for a long, long time. And so that was probably what put the germ of an idea in Pat Boone's head to do those covers. And, of course, the great Richard Cheese beat him to that, But it was just more that Richard Cheese was kind of a novelty. And so was Pat Boone, obviously. But Pat Boone was much more widely known for doing a completely different kind of music than. But they did use that Crazy Train theme song for the Osbournes, which is a show that I never really watched all that religiously when it was on.
I never watched it at all.
I would watch a couple episodes here and there, but it never stuck to my ribs like it did a lot of other people.
It blew me away that it was such a massive hit.
Well, I don't know how many shows were really inside celebrities' homes like that, though, at the time. And also, I mean, Ozzy being Ozzy, and it was, I guess, funny to see him kind of dodder around, but I was like, but you can't, in my mind, you can't have that show and the whole, like, I'm the Prince of Darkness thing. It's like, well, because you're a grandpa, and now we see you puttering around the house feeding the dogs, and, But it was that dichotomy, clearly. If you were to film any one of us in our homes, you'd see us doddering around feeding a pet. Well, not Mary, because her pet,
She dodders herself.
She dodders herself, right? But Bill and I, because we have pets that we actually want to spend time with, and they actually want to spend time with us.
Interesting.
Would feed them. Mary's cat only shows up when it wants something.
She shows up to hang out sometimes. To chill.
When was the last time she showed up to hang out?
Yesterday.
And where were you and where was she?
We were in the back room, and she came and hung out, and we played on the cat tower and played laser and all kinds of fun stuff.
Played laser. That's where you do the light thing?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Chased it around.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get her used to her cat tower so she can play by herself.
I do the light thing, but with my 6-year-old daughter. I don't even need a cat. I'll just reflect the light off my phone, the face of my phone, and then she'll chase it around them.
She get a laser. She'll go crazy.
No, I don't want to do that. Because if she looks at me the wrong way, I don't want to accidentally get that laser in her eye.
Blind her.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Man, I don't even know what my dog. I've never done the laser thing with my dog, but my guess is she would love it. She'd go crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, you should test that out.
Don't tell me how to live my life. Ain't nobody gonna tell
how
me
to play
how
with
to
my
live.
dog. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live.
Alan, what's the Guardian's magic number? I don't know. Was it 10?
Should be 11 or something.
11.
Like that,
There
I
you
think.
go. The Guardian's magic number for today is 9.
9. Okay.
9 games. Well, congratulations.
Getting closer and closer.
9.
Yeah. So whatever combination that lays out there, that's what they're looking at. And congratulations, by the way. You might not be a New York baseball fan, but that Aaron Judge, boy, this guy's a big deal. He's just hitting,
Dude, he's having an incredible season.
he's hitting dingers left and right. He tied with Babe Ruth. His 60th home run. They played the Pirates last night, the beleaguered Pittsburgh Pirates. Aaron Judge hit his 60th home run in the 7th inning last night.
Drilled deep to left field. There it goes. Number 60. Aaron James Judge has tied George Herman Babe Ruth with 60 home runs.
Why all 3 names like serial killers?
to make it that much more official.
Ties him with what Babe Ruth did 95 years ago. Aaron Judge is the first AL player to reach the 60 home run mark since Roger Maris in 1961. That was a longer season than Babe Ruth's, and Roger Maris hit 61 home runs. So there's 14 remaining games for the Yankees, and he could tie or beat the record. So for people who, again, you might not even be a Yankees fan, but those, I think, are cool things to watch.
It's pretty impressive because the last time anybody hit this many home runs, it was during the steroid era. So there's a lot of asterisks.
Mark
about
McGwire
that.
and
yeah,
right.
Mark McGwire,
Barry
Barry
Bonds.
Bonds, Sammy Sosa. I think Sammy Sosa hit over 63 times, which is bananas. But there's, the steroid aspect of it. And for the most part, we don't think that Aaron Judge is on steroids.
That was going to be my next question. Or has there been any indication that, not indication, has there been any question that this guy's possibly juicing, or has that not even come up? I haven't heard it come up.
I haven't heard it come up, and I also think there's been a lot of advances in just nutrition and how to take care of your body and how to build muscle without using steroids. So I think, yeah, he is jacked and he can hit for power like nobody else, but he's doing it within the confines of what he's allowed to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Somebody texting me about people getting their cars stolen because of a TikTok thievery challenge.
Yeah. You haven't heard of this?
Specifically Hyundais and Kias.
Yeah. We already talked about that. We talked about the Kia thing a couple weeks ago.
I guess I don't remember that was a TikTok thing.
Yeah. Started on TikTok. There's a new thing on TikTok that was like throwing pumpkins at old people. I don't know. There's always a new thing on TikTok.
Well, yeah, there is. I've got some food news for you along these lines. The FDA is telling people stop paying attention to TikTok and don't cook your chicken in Nyquil. I love the stuff people come up with.
Nyquil chicken, that's the one.
Do not cook your chicken.
Who thought of that, though?
I love it. I was reading.
Chicken?
Hungry and sleepy.
I was reading a stat the other day that more people now are getting information. They're not going to Google. They're going to TikTok. Instead of using Google for information, they just go, let's see what I can learn on TikTok. And it's not to say that there aren't things you can learn on TikTok.
There's a lot
All
you can
social
learn on
media
there.
is rife with disinformation, too. Case in point, Nyquil chicken.
It's so
And the
gross
FDA
looking.
has said, hey, guys,
Please stop.
we can't believe we have to tell you this, grown men and women of America.
My wife got sick last night, so I'm cooking up some Nyquil chicken. I've done this in the past, and usually I use about, 4/3 of the bottle. Season that Nyquil in there just at the right temperature. You're gonna
How do you use 4/3 of the bottle? See, that's all you need to know is this guy's using 4/3 of the bottle to cook Nyquil chicken.
This is my theory. Not a theory. I'm confused.
This guy's already robo-tripping
I cannot
with
tell
his fractions.
if the people on TikTok are genuinely dumb or if they're the greatest trolls of all time.
I think that's a little of both. I think they're goofing because they're like, well, let's just try this. Like, I don't think there's any malice to it.
Like, he could totally be joking. That's why he said 4/3 on purpose, to be like, guys, this is clearly a joke.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going with he's joking.
There's a lot of dummies looking at this stuff, though, to the point where...
You put 4/3 in.
But there's so many things like that on there, so many trends and stuff where I'm like, I feel like Gen Z are just the ultimate trolls. And they're just getting us to be like, you guys are idiots. And they're like, like they got us,
'cause they know when they see something that's going to flip people out, and then they buy into it. The whole Tide Pod thing, people were biting into them. They weren't really eating them.
Ingesting them.
Yes. And so they go, well, this is this, and they know how to get people riled up and make it a news story. Even the Kia challenge or whatever it is, this stealing a car challenge, it's happening, but it's not happening at the level.
It's not a crime wave across the country, right?
That the news wants to make it out to be.
When there's a spotlight put on it. Nevertheless, I wish we could get to a point where, like, people were putting energy into as much
anything else.
Yes, other than just trolling people. Like, okay, it's like a little,
I use about, 4/3 of the bottle. Season that Nyquil in there just at the right temperature. You're going to want to let it sit there and sizzle for about, 5 to 30 minutes. Oh, sometimes the steam really makes you sleepy. Whew.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear he's joking.
That's what I mean.
But again, the FDA has to be proactive and go, hey, this is going around, and it's not like we have people dropping dead, and it probably wouldn't even really hurt you. But they're like, it's probably not a good idea to heat up NyQuil.
Yeah, cook your NyQuil.
Looking for is that blue color right there. Drain the unused right back into the NyQuil can, just like so. And boom, NyQuil chicken.
Right, put it back into the can. I didn't even realize that NyQuil came in a can.
It doesn't.
Doesn't.
It came in a bottle. But
he used the fraction 4/3, so which is.
But you're right. It is funny. You'll get a couple of people who blow up on TikTok or Instagram, some whatever, choose your social media conveyance of choice. And then the news will go with Tide Pod insanity because they need to do that, Tide Pod insanity. And then obviously parents who aren't paying attention to what their kids are doing are like, are you eating soap?
We got to lock up the Tide Pods.
Because the only people who benefit from this are the OG trolls. I always think of kids whose parents are breathing down their necks because of some perceived wave of, if you're a kid and your parents go, I heard about the Tide Pods every day, something like this happens. And as a kid, you got to be like, Mom, it's not, come on, man. I'm not eating soap. So I think of the people who have the unintended consequences.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, if somebody wants to eat Nyquil chicken, do whatever you want to do. You want to eat Tide Pods? Mazel tov.
It's just
Go
so
nuts.
expensive. NyQuil's not cheap.
It's really not.
To make NyQuil chicken, you're going to be out at least $17.
Is chicken still cheap?
Chicken's cheap, but NyQuil's not cheap.
All right.
I got the chicken, tender strips, not the full breast, because I'm always, I have chicken insecurity. I'm always afraid I'm going to undercook my chicken. So the smaller strips, I feel like I'm more confident that they will cook all the way through. I don't know. It's a weird chicken thing. But it was less than a pound. Just under a pound was like $11.
Okay, so it is getting up there in price.
I feel
Okay.
like it's pretty, that's not cheap.
That's not cheap.
I just assume chicken is cheap because every new restaurant is a chicken restaurant.
You don't even know that they're using chicken, though.
I mean, they better be. That's their whole thing.
But they
Raising
might not
Cane's
be.
and, well,
Might not be all white meat or whatever.
well, I mean that. I just mean chicken.
I got boneless, skinless, hand trimmed. I mean,
Yeah.
You're gross.
No, but what I'm saying is every new place, Raising Cane's, they're opening up one right next to our old radio station, right there in Rockside. They're opening up one out near where I live. There's a place called Slim Chickens that all these places, they just sell tenders and wings. So I gotta believe chicken's cheap. If they're mass producing so much that these fast food retail joints can just open up location after location after location. Alan, my family was so poor we had that Tussin chicken.
Tussin.
What's next? Heroin ham? I will be fine with rum ham, thank you very much. Nothing's going to top rum ham.
Oh, I love getting ripped S word for poop on
rum ham. Mmm.
Hell yeah.
Delicious.
I always thought that was weird when I would see on TV, when they would do a quick recipe and they would pour wine. And I don't know that that's ever happened in my household. I don't think we've ever had a recipe where my mom had to pour wine into a crock pot or wine into a skillet. Is that about a part of normal cooking?
You mean cooking sherry and cooking wine? I mean, there is cooking wine.
I guess. I don't know the difference.
If you're making
cooking
a
wine.
Chateaubriand or something, I think you cook that in red wine.
Is it alcoholic?
Yeah, it's cooking wine. Yeah.
I didn't know
But
that
you
there was a
don't really
cooking
wanna
wine.
drink
But it cooks off.
Yeah.
And it's not medicinal. I mean, if you're cooking Nyquil chicken. Huh.
Yeah, I saw that in a Queen Latifah movie. She's looking after this TV cooking show, and it's pour a little bit of wine in there, and then she's like, no, I don't want to do too much, and he's like, pour a lot in there, and then she's like, all right, I'll put a little bit more.
Queen Latifah. I don't know who that is. I'm familiar with Shaquifa McLeod, but I don't know.
The Queen.
I know Teen Laquifa.
What about Queef Latina?
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. Alan, there's a whole generation of kids who grew up eating nothing but chicken fingers and French fries. Those people are now adults. And that's why those places are open. Listen,
do you think that's a whole generation, or do you think that's
It's all people.
all kids.
no? That's every age group has people like that.
Well, but I think to their point, it's much more likely that if you're a kid, what's on the kids' menu? Chicken fingers, French fries.
Yeah, but I think that's kid to kid and a wealth thing as well. If all your family could afford were Happy Meals, then sure, you're either going to like burgers or chicken.
But I also know plenty of adults that are older than me that still eat that way.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Is that's all they've eaten their entire life. So now that's
They're
like
adults,
they,
and
but
that's
they
why
have
these-
they have money. They could eat whatever they want. They want chicken fingers. Tom Segura talks about this with his mom. They go to like 5-star like Michelin restaurants, and she's like, "Do they have chicken fingers?"
Right. Well, again, to this
She's
person's
70.
point, that's why these places are blowing up. And I haven't gone into one of them, but it's not because I don't want to.
Mhm.
I just haven't gone in. Those places intimidate me.
Why? There's 2 options.
Yeah, but they go, "What sauce do you want? Here's 40." I go,
You say
I don't-
barbecue or whatever sauce you enjoy.
Or
Honey
their
mustard.
what?
Their special sauce. You're intimidated by his sauce choices.
What?
He doesn't like sauce.
No,
You
no,
have
I don't.
sauce
If
anxiety.
I'm gonna
He
get,
does.
if I'm gonna get chicken tenders or
Sure.
whatever, of course I'll get a sauce.
What sauce would you normally
But I
get?
can get. Here's what I'm saying. I could do barbecue sauce at home.
So don't
Why
get
am I
freaked
gonna go?
out.
Why am I going? I'm not freaked out. I'm saying that if I go up there, because I can't take all day. I gotta go. I'd have to go online and see what they do, and then I'd go in and know what I was doing. But it's like you can't. You see people. I'm not gonna be that guy. So
Make them give you a little spoon taster like at the ice cream shop.
oh, everybody
and you can
loves
taste
that
every
person.
single sauce.
Everybody loves that person. Could I get a little spoon to? Oh Christ, yes.
A lot of them
Here.
have their own sauce that you just get that. Like you get the cane sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It's good sauce.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
Chick-fil-A sauce. Good stuff. Or you get the Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A. Good sauce. Not a lot of sauces are going to leave you
Yeah.
unhappy.
I'm a fan of Chick-fil-A sauce,
I just don't want
barbecue mixed together.
I also would be
There you go.
upset if I made the wrong choice.
How do you know it's the wrong
Well,
choice?
the good news
You
is
eat it and don't like it.
if you make the wrong choice, you can just go, oh, give me a couple different sauces. And that
Or-
way you have a lot of options.
Try a new one and get one you know you like barbecue. I'll have a house signature sauce and a barbecue, please.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You got extra sauce money.
Yeah,
You're
you
from
really do.
Bayville.
Yeah,
man,
people go,
honestly.
oh, Moneybags Alan doesn't think chicken's expensive. Nuggets for my kids went up to $4 a bag. Listen, I buy that same stuff for my kid. I just don't know how much it costs.
Because you're not paying attention.
Yeah,
It's like,
I'm
just swipe the card, lady.
I'm
I'm
not paying
I don't
attention.
even-
You don't
I guess I
have
just
to.
proved you right.
Mhm.
Well, because people were saying that the avian flu is making chicken expensive. All I'm saying is I assumed that mass produced. Listen, if you're just selling wings and tenders and your chain is blowing up, that tells me you're not paying a ton of money for chicken.
But we also aren't discussing the quality of chicken.
I
they're
know, and
getting.
we are not buying it in bulk. I
Right.
understand that. I'm just,
Maybe you're not.
Alan, my mom works 3 jobs. I live off chicken fingers. I'm 27 now, and I still live off chicken, and I hate it. You could do a hell of a lot worse than living off chicken, quite frankly. It's just that it's pumped so full of hormones now that, you got preschoolers getting boobs, eating chicken tenders. Chicken tenders and tartar sauce.
Ugh.
There you
Now
Gross.
you're speaking my lingo jingo jango. Yeah, why not?
It's like the first time I saw someone dip their French fries in mayonnaise. I was like, whoa.
That's not for me, but that's a very, very European thing. If you ask for ketchup overseas for your French fries, because fries are with everything, it's like Europe's like one big Pittsburgh. You go over there and it's all frites that comes with everything you order.
That's actually their new travel slogan.
Paris, the new Pittsburgh.
Europe.
Come to
One
Europe.
big
It's just one big Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's right. You just want to go to the Eiffel Tower?
I was working at House of Blues. So this is like 2012 or 2013. And my manager was dipping her fries in mayonnaise. And that was the first. So 10 years
Some
ago
people
was
love
the
it.
first time I was like, what the hell is this?
Some people love it. But if you like French fries and you like mayonnaise, what's the problem?
Yeah.
I don't see mayonnaise as a dipping condiment. I see it as like a spread for a sandwich, and that's about it. I've
but
never
you're-
dipped anything in
But
mayonnaise.
you're just reversing the process. Instead of putting food into mayonnaise, you're putting mayonnaise into your food.
I'm also a scooper, so I use a lot of sauce. So like
Oh.
when I don't really dip, I scoop. And I couldn't imagine, it's like making my mouth feel gross even talking about like scooping mayonnaise and just
Put a
eating
big
it.
old
like that.
glob of mayonnaise on it.
Yep. Yeah, when we lived in Ohio City and used to go to Happy Dog all the time, I didn't worry about the sauces because I go, give me one of each.
They do have a lot of
And-
great
yes, of
for
course.
your tots.
Didn't have to worry about it. Alan, you can make shake and bake and lemon Theraflu packets and make lemon chicken.
There you go.
I love it. I love these like low key ways people are like getting high or changing their perspective between
sleepy.
Yeah, Nyquil chicken. Why does it? That to me sounds like something you're trying to serve on a first date when you're trying to impress her / possibly assault her. Oh, what is this? I'm feeling sleepy.
Here's some green chicken.
What is it? Is menthol chicken? What is it?
Yeah.
Why does this taste like a Newport?
Oh, man. It's really cleared up my sinuses, too. I've got a break. I'll have those AWOL Nation tickets for you on the other side. They're coming through to do a show with Bad Flower and a band from England called the Mysterines. If you want to go see them, I will hook you up here in a minute. 35192 if you want to text for anything else, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio